Hello folks, thanks for tuning into our latest TV channel episode here at CWC. We want to run through several things for the Distance Ed and IT Committee on the new multimedia setup for classrooms. So one of the things we wanted to run through is just a list of the basic changes that we've made. And fundamentally, you still have access to all the functionality, but some of the things that we've changed are speakers, the document camera, the VCR DVD combo, and the projection in the room. So essentially the speakers have moved over into becoming either ceiling speakers or TV speakers. The document camera functionality moves over into a webcam, and the VCR DVD combination moves into the computer's functionality. And lastly, the projection, as some of you might have guessed, has moved over into flat panel display technology. In some of the larger venues that we have, we're certainly going to still continue using projection in those areas, but there's only a few of those. The reasons we've chosen these particular areas to focus on was, I'll just kind of run through the list here. The speakers, the reason why we changed the speakers was because it provides better room coverage if we can access things via the ceiling. That way the person in the front of the room near the speakers that formerly went right here, they would simply get blasted out. So we moved them into the ceiling, or in some cases where we weren't able to do that, that would be provided by the flat panel displays at the front of the room. So the speakers would be a lot higher up on the wall, and they'd be able to reach back into the room itself without blasting that front row quite so much. The document camera control functionality is going to be handled by a new switcher that we've actually picked up. And so this is the gadget that's going to sit beneath the teacher's workstation here, and the switching capability for, let's say, the laptop is going to be handled through that black box. The camera functionality is going to be handled through this webcam that's mounted on this arm right here. And so it'll be mounted near the center of the teacher's workspace area, so that that document camera functionality can be gained through that. And some of the reasons why we chose to do that was the picture quality was so poor on the older document cameras. So this is actually a higher definition picture. It's certainly not the highest definition. We didn't really shoot for that, but it's a much clearer picture for different sorts of objects. It's a lot more versatile, and we can see the picture not only on the screen, either the TV screen or the projector, but you can also see that on the screen that sits in front of you. So you don't have to keep doing this, or you don't have to continue to point at the paper itself, because you can actually see that on your screen to know if it's centered properly, etc. And lastly, a good friend of mine said that the 80s had called recently and requested that we send their DVD VCR combinations back to them. But in all fairness, there are some situations where we really can't get rid of all those VCR DVD combos. We've identified two particular instructors who simply aren't able to move to DVD or online video technology at this point. So what we've decided is, in almost all cases, we'll remove those DVDs, VCR combinations, and we will make sure that the folks who really need to have those VCR players, they'll still have access to those. So just as a bit of a demonstration here, I don't have any TV speakers to show you in this room, but on the ceiling in this room there are 4 speakers, and that's generally going to be the rule for most rooms. Most classrooms need 4 speakers, and the quality of the sound is going to improve tremendously. So we'll get you some pictures of those. For the switching, there's nothing really to demonstrate as far as the little blue and yellow and red buttons that you've seen before, but if I take my laptop and I plug the laptop, the external device that some of you may have needed to use, there'll be a cable on the top of each teacher's workstation, teaching station, that when it's plugged into the laptop, this is going to sound crazy, but my computer, my laptop computer, is now presented on the teacher's monitor. So this happens automatically. There's no need to push buttons to go back and forth. If you want that to disappear and to go back to the workstation that's embedded in the teaching station itself, well, all I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug, and I'm going to put the laptop somewhere else, and I'm going to move back and use the teacher's workstation that's built into this this piece of furniture. So we've eliminated the need to jump back and forth. If you want to use the document cameras functionality, it's already built into the computer because it will be had through the webcam. So for me to use the webcam, I'll simply put it where I want it here on this flexible arm. I have my piece of paper here. I'll place it under the webcam, and magically the paper appears on the screen here. So it's just a piece of software that's on each person's desktop that they'll be able to see that. And there's zoom functionality, and you can move the picture around if you'd like to, and the class will actually see what's on the teacher's computer screen. For the DVDs, some folks have preferred the DVD players that sit outside of the computer. What we found is there's been some problems with that too. Some of the external DVD players simply aren't playing some of the various DVDs that folks are bringing in, but we have had much better luck running those through the computer. So again, if I'm just switching pieces of software on my computer screen right now, if I take my DVD and I put it into the DVDs tray, and it's playing now through Windows Media Player or whatever your selected player is on your computer screen. So the point here is that everything rolls through this computer screen. So the webcam goes through the computer screen, the DVD goes through the computer screen, and the only time that we find that we need to do any switching is when we use the laptop. And that happens automatically simply by plugging in here. Thanks for watching, and if you guys have any questions, if we can add to the wealth of information of this video, let us know and we'll add those videos later. Thanks for watching.